Welcome back to Facebook Groups 101. And today we are going to be talking about cover images. So, this is one of the things, what sets Facebook apart from a lot of different platforms is the discoverability of your community, right? Mighty and Circle, discoverability isn't quite the same. With Facebook groups, if your group is public and visible, it will come up in Google searches, Bing searches, whatever your chosen search engine is. Some of the content, some, not all, can be viewable outside of the group. The main thing, though, is your cover image, your description, and your name are viewable in search across the Facebook platform, whether your group is public or private, so long as it is visible in search. And so this gives you a great, an extra little boost for promotional value. But that image, I think, is the number one scroll stopping opportunity you have as a group leader. So if you do have a group that you want to grow, you want people who encounter it, when they're on Facebook doing whatever, or they're doing a search, you want that cover image to be eye-catching. Now, if you have the Launch Your Group course, there is a lesson there on how to create your group image, what to be considering with your group image. I will tell you the number one challenge with your Facebook group cover image is most of us these days are using Canva. The Canva presets for Facebook group cover images are wrong. They're wrong. They have been wrong as long as I've been using Canvas. But Facebook has a great help article that is always updated with the right dimensions. What you need to be aware of with your group is there are various views, right? And so the image will crop dependent on the device that you're using. So on a computer, you're going to see this much of the image. On a mobile device, it's going to crop it from the sides. It's going to look more like this little one here. That's kind of how it looks on mobile, right? Crops in from the sides, and then on certain devices, it'll crop in from the top. So let's go to Vegas. Vegas Family Insider. Okay, so this is what we see when we're on our computer. And you can tell it looks like the top's cut off. So if I click in the image, it's actually going to show me the full size image. So look at all that we were missing. So again, see how this comes all the way down to the very top of July. And then the group name banner up here. Well, this isn't the name banner. This tells you what page owns the group, right? So this is a group by Vegas Family Insider, and here's the page, so you know who owns the group. But it cuts off their tagline. It cuts off whatever this little offer could be. So we go back here. So exclusive, deals and puzzle pages for kids. The Vegas Family Insider seal or logo is missing. We couldn't make out the words real families, real stories. Again, because it cropped all the way down to here. We didn't really see the more than $425 in deals inside, or fully make out that this is actually the magazine cover that we're looking at here. So just keep that in mind when you're creating your image, that the owner of this group, I would want to use all of that real estate too, but you want to be mindful of how it's going to crop. I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying that's a thought. Then we've got our Hellcat Bridal Collective. So in this case, this is a group that is not owned by a business page. This is owned by an individual. So it'll tell you, okay, the group is from Danny Loco, and here is Danny's profile. You can see it's primarily the logo, and we did lose the bottom of this dagger, or maybe it's a sword. I think it's a sword. The bottom of the sword, and we lost the word collective with the way that it cropped. And I don't know if it looks like this on your screen, but on my screen, the image is kind of broken apart as if the image wasn't designed to be this large. And you can see here, it's much more of a square image here, whereas this Vegas Family Insider image is a horizontal. It's meant to be, the cover image space is meant to be horizontal. That's what it's designed for. So that's probably why we're getting some pixelation, because it's not pixelated here, but it does get kind of fuzzy here. All right, then we've got our Welcome Heart, Welcome Home. This is one of my favorite cover images for groups, just because I feel like when you look at this, you get a full understanding of what this group is about. We have this like little cutoff picture of Sue Moore Donaldson. She is the person who runs the group. Again, this group is run by an individual. It's not run by a page. If we click on here, you can see that she has cropped this down so that as much of the image is showing here as possible. So what she has done is she has centralized the key information to the center of the image so that when it crops from the top and the bottom, or from either of the sides, you're not losing the critical information. And she doesn't have the top of her head here because she wants to emphasize the teapot. Changing the world one cup at a time, one cup of coffee at a time. Tea works too. Welcome heart, welcome home. So definitely feels like a scroll stopper, right? The colors are a little bit striking, even though we've got a softer palette here. Got that bright orange teapot that makes it interesting. And it's such a fun little name here, little label. The faster way, fat loss school, right? So we got this nice corkboard look. We see the owner, I think her name is Amy. We see Amy's lovely smiling face here. We have a welcome sticky note, tells us who the group is for, introduces Amy, tells us she has a podcast, and when the next class for women starts. Excuse me. If I click here, you can see that she had sized that appropriately for the size. Now, one thing you'll notice when you click here, there is no additional information on the right-hand side. We're going to talk about that in just a moment. Let me see if anybody else has it. You can actually add a caption to your cover images, and that caption is another layer of discoverability because any words there are searchable. This is the one thing that we all have to remember is, even in 2026 with accessibility tools, the text that is in an image cannot be read by a screen reader. The text in your image does not come up on search. So it benefits everybody if they include a caption with their cover image that includes some of this information. It can be the same as your description if you want it to be. It can be something totally different. So we're going to go here to my group. And you can see my group also breaking apart, right? I did not get the sizing quite right. So it's a little bit blurry here around the edges, but you can see more connection, less chaos, build a community that actually works. It does get cut off on the sides though over here. I see my little logo and then you see my face. If you click here, you'll see I actually have the full name of the group here and the target market here, target audience, and then it's like the full frame of my body there. Now you'll see I do have a caption. So this is not the same as my description. It's just like a little different take on my description. So it's same sentiment, just a little different words, and an invitation to DM. So I just wanted to mention that because most group leaders I've noticed do not put captions on their cover images. I think they just don't think about it, or maybe they don't realize they can do it and how much it can help them. So I strongly advocate that you do that. And when it comes to adding your cover image, all you have to do is go back to your group settings. All right, so we're going to go to our settings here. You've got your name and description. We'll cancel that. You've got your new member intro. Go to community home and just click the pencil right here. So you click the pencil right here, and then you can choose from any of your group photos, choose from photos you have attached to your profile, choose from Facebook's automated, kind of AI-driven illustrations if you want, or you can do what most of us do, which is upload a photo. You can also add your group affiliation. This attaches your group to a page, only one page. And then you can do some repositioning, but not a lot. And you'll see here, this one has a caption as well, right? Every creator needs a backlot. Here is yours. Want creator tips, news, and trends sent to your inbox? Sign up here. So this is their newsletter sign up. It's short, it's simple to the point, but it does help, grow their email list, bring people into the ecosystem, as it were. All right, that is how you create or add your image to the cover. This is how you change your cover image, and those are some tips for best practices with your cover image.